Hmm. Is everyone ready? Okay, there we go. Everyone paying attention? All right, that's good to know. Hey, Dr. Bruce. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. I'm Morty. Hi, everyone. I see you all good to be here, I guess. I am a principal caretaker for my mom. Her name is Janet. We just call her JC because it makes it easier that way. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a principal caretaker. It is not easy. It is a lot of work. You basically put your own life on suspension. You suspend everything that you want to do, and everything's on hold until you can find time to actually do it. I get up between 4:30 and 5 in the morning, so I can do a little bit of programming, making animations like this, as well as studying for tests. I'm in the, taking a lot of computer tests right now to try and better my station in life, and then it begins at 6 o'clock. I go downstairs. 6:30. I would go downstairs to check on mom, how she went through the night. She's 84 years old. She has a BKA, which is a below knee amputation. She has a she has spina bifida. She's probably the oldest person in the country with spina bifida, and she has bed sores. So not in great shape, but in good spirits. As she said, she's either happy or asleep, which is always good to have. I come downstairs. I unlock the doors for the aides. If there are aides, many times the aides will not show, in which case your entire day is now spent taking care of an 84-year-old. Um, I then go and I'll make her tea, and I'll make her oatmeal if I have oatmeal, or if not, I'll make her eggs or whatever. It's hard to ask her what she wants because she's confused a lot of times, so she doesn't know exactly where she is or what to do with food and things like that. When that's done, I make sure she takes her meds as well. At the same time, you're feeding the cat, you're doing the dishes, you're taking care of my other brother. You are basically taking care of the entire house. You're making sure that there's food in the house. You're making sure that there's medical supplies in the house. You're making sure that the doctor's appointments are taken care of. You're making sure that the ambulance, from through Logisticare, which is a number you have to call to get the ambulance, you make sure that that's all taken care of and set up and the timing is right. And then you also make sure that she knows where she is and where she's going. It just continues like that. And then what happens is you usually have to clean out the ostomy, which is where urine collects, and you empty that and clean out the pail that we collect that in. And then you kind of roll her over and you do a poop check, as I call it, the de-pooping of the USSJC. It's not as glamorous as you may think it is. The first time I did it, I went out into the backyard and threw up because it's nasty. It really is. But you do it because you love your mother, and you do it because this is what needs to be done. A lot of the aides won't do that, and they tell you that they do, but aides lie. They do. And it's just a fact of life. Then once that's done, you put on Monty Hall, not Monty Hall. You put on game shows, Price is Right, or whatever game shows are on, or the local news, and we spend some time actually talking about local events and news and what's happening in the world, and what's happening with the family members, what everyone's up to. She tends to have a moment to forget what's going on and where things are. So you have to explain everything. It's not unusual to be asked 10, 12 times a day, why are we in this house? Why don't we leave this house? And it's because we own the house and this is our house, and she won't believe it. She's been here for 25 years and she still won't believe you. I finally went out and I got the lease for the house, and I show it to her every time now. And then she always wants to know where the brothers are, or where the sister is, and are we alone, and where's the cats. There's only one cat now. She had three cats at one time, and there's only one left there. So it's difficult. It's heartbreaking. I substitute teach when I can, but when I come home and she's grabbed onto the side rails of the bed with both hands, so her knuckles are white and she's terrified because she thinks there's no one in the house. and there may be no one in the house other than my brother, who may be sleeping upstairs. He works at night. It's, it wrenches at you a bit. Not a bit, it actually wrenches at you a lot. So you deal with it. So you sit down, you talk with her, you bring her chocolate once in a while. You take care of that, take care of her, sit down for like a half hour and chat with her, make sure she's okay, and then you start dinner. And you have to cut up the dinner to make sure she can eat it. And you remember that you give her a spoon, not a fork, because a fork she forgets the concept of stabbing things with a fork. So I cut everything up and I give it to her with a spoon now. So there's that. She'll forget to eat if you don't sit down and sit with her. She'll forget to drink if you don't drink her fluids and whatnot. That's bad for someone who's 84 years old. It's a lot of work. It's a labor of love, I guess. It's a pain in the ass. I kid you not, it can be. You get extremely frustrated at times because you go over the same thing over and over and over. I actually have a cordless phone, sorry, not cordless phone, a cordless doorbell, wireless doorbell that I hooked up for her room, going in with the ringer in my room. So if she needs something, she can push the button. She'll push the button maybe 8, 10 times a day, and I'll go downstairs and I'll say, "You rang," and she says no, and she'll forget what it's for. So that's what it's like being a principal caretaker, I guess. She has good days. She has bad days. Bad days is spent basically 30 or 40 times a day telling her that yes, you do own the house, and yes, you do live in the house, and that no, we're not leaving, and no, there's no one coming in here to get you, and no, we're not going into the ocean. That was today's little episode. She thinks we're going into the ocean. We're not. And no, she did not watch Titanic. On good days, she's a little more upbeat. So what I'm finding out, I'm trying to measure out the days that are good versus the days that are bad, versus what food has been eaten, what drinks have been drank, what aid has come over, what's on television. Try to make some kind of correlation and see what makes a good day, what makes a bad day. And I suspect it's probably something within the brain, but it's dementia. Dementia happens. So it's always funny. I usually tell her a historical fact every day, and I tell her also a funny fact, like like today or yesterday, a tanker truck overturned and dumped, I think, was it 80,000 or 100,000 gallons of chocolate syrup or chocolate sauce on a highway in Poland. So she was tickled pink to hear about that. So good to know. Well, that's what it's like to living with a person with dementia. I'm going to stop here because I need to get this to Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce, hope you're doing well. I love you. And you know what? Next time I'm in Baltimore, you're buying the Fogos. That's Fogo de Chao for the students who don't know that. So there you have it. All right, this is Morty. I'm out. Hope everyone's having a great day. And be kind to each other and your parents. Call your parents. Yeah, do that. Call your parents. They need to hear that. And that's it. Have a great day, guys.